So you remember the Batman series from 2004 on WB? You woke up on Saturday mornings just to watch them, and you had your high C drink ready like it was your morning brunch, and it had 5 seasons. It was a new retelling of the Batman stories with new character designs, voice actors, and technology within the show. I remember people were talking about the different origins that the villains had and the way that they looked. So let's talk about character designs. And of course, we're going to start off with the Joker. See, everybody always talked about this Joker. This show made him capable of acrobatics. He was athletic and he was a fighter. He might have been small than the other Jokers, but the voice actor made his character enjoyable. Having Michael Richardson, freaking underrated. He had this funny side to the Joker, very similar to Mark Hamill's Joker, but when he wanted to be pure evil, he made his voice deeper. It made him scarier, more furious, and it always felt like it echoed in the show.
It's the viewing public who doesn't have a sense of humor. But I have just the thing to make them laugh. Die laughing, in fact. Lights!
I think one of my favorite changes was Ethan Bennett turning into Clayface. Ethan in season 1 was Bruce's best friend. After having a bad day with the Joker and inhaling Joker's putty in the air, he became Clayface. They went in a new direction with Mr. Freeze, making him into this big bad guy with a super cool looking suit. And it really wasn't about Nora, and they just made him more of a thief. He can freeze anything with his hands. I freaking love this design. Bane always looked like this Ben 10 character. You cannot tell me otherwise. It was okay, he was just this big bad, but was it too bad? Nah, it kinda worked with this animation. The Riddler. I know I'm not the first one, but I won't be the last, because I know he looks like Marilyn Manson meets puzzles and riddles. I like the different take, I didn't mind it, I love that he used his cane a lot. I digged it. Penguin's design was the best. His umbrella weapons, his birds, his 2 assistants, and his orange hair. I just love the way they made him look and sound. Okay, so I say underrated a lot in my videos, and most of the time you guys agree. Now, I don't ever hear it on people's lists, but if you haven't yet, watch the Batman vs. Dracula movie. It's so underrated. As a Batman animated movie, it's top 10 for sure. So I mentioned technology in the show. I've always thought that this Batman was more advanced with his gadgets. His Batmobile seemed cooler. I've always liked his Batmobile, and when I saw the 2022 Batman movie, it kind of reminded me of his Batmobile, except different colors, of course. Sure, it might not have that blue fast turbo booster engine, but it was still a beast of a machine. But in the show, I like that they had the blue neon designs on the batarangs too. It's just the small details for me, you know? Rino Romano voices the Bat, and I did like his performance. His voice felt right with the character design. But you want to talk about voices? There were a lot of cameos worth mentioning. Clancy Brown, George Newberg, Kevin Conroy, Ron Perlman, Phil Lamar, and many, many more. So one of my favorite little details about this was that the creators decided to use Adam West's Batman theme song and combine it with an electric guitar at the end of each episode. And of course, they had to bring in Adam West, voicing the mayor of Gotham City in this show. Everyone loved season 4 because that's when they started to introduce the Justice League, and in the background of the show, the heroes already existed. I wish we had more stories with the Justice League. One story I think the writers could have done perfectly and would have fitted with this show was the Court of Owls. The way they made Gotham look was great. It really brought out the gothic look to Gotham. I also thought that the city had more to offer. Whenever Batman fought a foe throughout the city, they really did expand on it. And it always felt like they had this big secret within this Gotham City. Did you enjoy the series? Do you agree with me? Can I be your animation guy? Until then, see you next time.